All right, welcome. I think we're ready to get going. I'm going to kick it off here. Welcome to the Fillmore Center. We're so glad to have you here this afternoon. My name is Heather Staines. I chair the Staines Family Foundation, which is one of the organizations behind developing the Fillmore Center here. Before we begin, I'd like to recognize the Governor Pritzker for being here, and I know we have Alderwoman Scott and Senator Lakeisha Collins maybe, but Representative, I know Yolanda Morris and Omar Williams are both here too. Thank you all very much to our esteemed group. These elected officials, leading by Governor Pritzker, are really leading the charge to invest in the people and the organizations in the West Side communities that are really making it thrive, and we so appreciate their leadership on this. The Fillmore Center is thrilled to be hosting this important announcement. This building's been existing here in the heart of North Lawndale for over 100 years. It's been vacant for a long period of time. We are recently renovating it and repowering it, with the first business opening up. Behind us, you see the Fillmore Linen Service, which does hospital laundry here locally. And that's really about reducing environmental impact, creating jobs, and keeping business here local. Very much aligned with what we're going to be learning about today with all the work that 548 Foundation is doing. And we're in fact partnering with the 548 Foundation to do the solar panel installations on the roof of this building as well. So thank you to 548 folks. And today's announcement of the Climate Works pre-apprenticeship program represents a significant stride towards expanding our state's clean energy workforce, promoting environmental sustainability, and ensuring inclusivity within our workforce for the thriving economy of the future. You're going to hear more about that from Governor Pritzker in a moment, but first I have the honor of introducing Rob Wallace, the Senior Vice President for Sustainable Solutions at the 548 Foundation, and an engineer, electrical engineer, energy engineer, all sorts of great titles on his name as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. My talking points got confused when I was on the stage, and I realized I was missing one of the pages. So we're going to go ahead and rock and roll from here. So hey, hello and welcome everybody. This is a joyous occasion. So let's give it a round of applause for the 548 team, Governor Pritzker and his team, everything they've done here, the Fillmore Foundation, everything they've done for us. Hello and welcome. My name is Rob Wallace. I'm Senior Vice President of Sustainable Solutions for 548 Foundation. I'm truly thrilled to be here with you today to celebrate an initiative that has taken years to get here. This is a great training opportunity for the Climate Works training program. First, I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Governor Pritzker. Where is he? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And I'm going to say this from the heart, for his unwavering support. As many of you know, it's been a long time coming for this. And so we're super excited, and thank you for your commitment to clean energy and to what we do here in the community. Thank you. Okay. Thanks to his administration for its efforts, along with his dedication to our team and the many other advocates, we're about to open a new chapter in the state's economic history. At 548 Foundation, our mission is to economically empower entire communities. And one of the best ways to provide that is through energy training and economic empowerment. And that's what we do at 548 Foundation. We believe that an individual can move from a low-paying job to a moderate or high-paying job. It will change their lives, but also the legacy that comes after them. So let me repeat that. Economic empowerment is what changes their lives, but the legacy that comes after that. And that's the focus of this program. They're able to build wealth that can be passed down from generations to come, ensuring that their kids and that their grandchildren have a better opportunity than they had. And that's the significance of this program. So in my 20 years of experience in clean energy, I've seen how entering high-paying fields can allow individuals to build generational wealth. And in those 20 years, I've also seen the stresses that come with this, with the work we do. When we started in clean energy training, I had hair. I had an even Steven, I had a black beard, and you can see now it's gray and my hair is gone. So this is very important work that we do. But the industry requires specialized skill set to make sure that this job training is essential, especially for Black and brown and marginalized communities who have historically been left out of the green energy revolution. That's why this is so important. So our graduates, when they come through our training program, the average starting salary is between $50,000 and $60,000, right, when they start, which represents life-changing economic impact for many families. Think about this. Folks who are low income, maybe no experience, minimum experience in college or education, can now start a career after 13 weeks making $50,000 to $60,000 with benefits, health care, 401k. This is a game changer. Thank you. Thank you. We also focus on teaching our trainees life skills because we believe for an individual to learn a new trade, they must also have the tools to handle their financing, to manage conflict, relationship building. So life skills is a key part of our training as well. So thanks to the Climate Works program, we'll be able to expand our offering and welcome a new generation of skilled workers who will help fight climate change, not only in Illinois, but nationally. Hire 360 will also be able to expand its similar workforce training programs in other parts of Illinois, making our state ready for the economy of the future. With incentives like Solar for All and other solar companies that are moving here who hire these graduates, it's the perfect storm. Because now you have the federal incentives, you have the state incentives, and local workforce to make sure that the economic impact stays in the communities we're building in. And that's one of the focuses of 548. I truly believe our state is set to become a model nationally. Many of you have seen the Solar for All program that was rolled out by President Biden for the entire country. If we can make this work here in Illinois, this will be the blueprint for the entire country. And that's why this program is so important. So I thank you for having me today. Now I'd like to introduce Governor Pritzker, whose commitment to investment in economic empowerment and the green economy is truly admirable.
Well, good afternoon. Oh, we can do better than that. Good afternoon. All right, great to see everybody. It's a great day, but then again, every day is a good day to invest in the people of Illinois. First and foremost, I want to thank Rob. Thank you for the work that you do, the 548 Foundation, for hosting us this afternoon, and for their continued partnership as we drive Illinois into a sustainable and prosperous future for all. From day one of my administration, I've worked with stakeholders and the General Assembly to put green jobs at the center of our economic revitalization and allow those who too often get left out and left behind to get an opportunity to leap ahead. We knew that a generation-defining issue like climate change would require us to leverage every ounce of strength and ingenuity that our people had. And we knew that a full-scale mobilization presented us an opportunity to put our economy on a long-term trajectory of stable, equitable growth and provide a pathway to success for every person in every corner of this state. So we met that opportunity with bold and decisive action. We passed one of the most ambitious climate and clean energy packages in the entire nation, the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, which dedicated billions of dollars to getting us to 100% clean energy by 2050. We enacted our $45 billion bipartisan infrastructure plan, Rebuild Illinois, to upgrade and modernize our roads and our bridges, our railways, our ports, and more. And let's not forget broadband. And that includes billions for environmentally conscious projects from mass transit to new water management systems. We crafted nation-leading incentive programs to attract new clean energy businesses, from electric vehicle makers to chip manufacturers to renewable energy producers, to lay down roots in our state, developing a robust ecosystem of businesses focused on sustainability. This is the vision that requires transformation, but it does not happen without people at the forefront. With the help of partners like 548 Enterprises and others, from community colleges to the clean energy companies themselves, we have developed a workforce development infrastructure capable of shaping a world-class green workforce right here in Illinois. So far, the results have been promising. We rank #1 in workforce development in the Midwest, according to CNBC. But we will not meet our climate goals or our commitment to the people of this state until there is a pathway to a quality, meaningful career for every person in Illinois. That pathway starts with quality K-12 STEM education, and it extends through career and technical education and apprenticeship programs so that learners of all levels can take part. Today, with our partners here at 548, I am very proud to celebrate another step forward in that pursuit. Through the Climate Works pre-apprenticeship program established in the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, we are strengthening our clean energy talent pipeline and creating new career pathways for potentially thousands of underserved people. Climate Works will provide participants with the direct, hands-on support and resources that they need to build a career in the clean energy trades while further bolstering our world-class workforce development infrastructure. In the coming years, pre-apprentices, people of color, women, and other groups that have been historically excluded from the trades will take the first step to good-paying careers in clean energy. Illinois will move closer to a future built on sustainable and shared prosperity. That's the future that our people here in Illinois deserve. Thank you all very much for joining us and for being our partners in that future. It's now my great pleasure to introduce the great Alderwoman of the 24th Ward, Monique Scott.
Good afternoon. As Alderwoman of the 24th Ward, it's an honor to represent this community, but not just every day, but especially on a day like today. I'd like to thank Governor Pritzker and distinguished representatives from the city of Chicago. North Lawndale is rich in history, culture, and potential. We continually strive for initiatives that uplift and empower our residents, and today's announcement of the Climate Works pre-apprenticeship program and the existence of the Fillmore Center are examples of that commitment. This program is not just about training, it's about creating pathways to prosperity for our community members by expanding our clean energy workforce and promoting diversity within trades so that we can ensure that North Lawndale and the communities across Illinois have a stake in our state's clean energy future. Governor Pritzker, your leadership is making a significant impact on communities like North Lawndale. Your commitment to equitable development and sustainability growth is paving the way for a brighter tomorrow. The building is just an example that North Lawndale is worth the investment, that the people here deserve cutting-edge technology that will make life better for all of us. I want to extend my deepest appreciation to everyone involved in bringing this program to life and creating opportunities for the residents of North Lawndale. Again, I thank you. And now I would like to introduce Kenya Merritt, Deputy Mayor, City of Chicago.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Alderwoman Scott. It is a pleasure to be here today to celebrate the impact this grant will have in playing a pivotal role in advancing our workforce and clean energy. Mayor Johnson wishes he could be here today, but he sends his congratulations to you, AJ, and the entire 548 team. I'd like to also acknowledge our governor, Governor Pritzker, as well as his team at the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity for their vision and their leadership in launching the Illinois Clean Jobs Workforce Network program. And so this program is a cornerstone of the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, which creates a skilled, diverse pipeline of workers ready to take on careers in construction, building trades, and clean energy sectors. And so through this initiative, I am so grateful that AJ and his team has been at the helm. They have emerged as a crucial partner in our collective efforts to build a sustainable future right here in Chicago. And the Clean Energy Training Program provided by 548 offers comprehensive training, certification preparation, and skill development for entry-level jobs and clean clean energy industries like solar, wind, energy efficiency, as well as EV maintenance. But this program is not just about technical training. It is about equipping individuals from diverse, historically disinvested communities in Chicago with the knowledge and skills needed to succeed in emerging clean energy fields. And so since the launch of this program in April of 2023, I have the opportunity to witness it myself firsthand. They've made remarkable achievements. Over 60 students have graduated, each one stepping into the clean energy workforce with the qualifications, but most importantly, the confidence to make meaningful impact. The upcoming class, starting in the early fall, is already fully enrolled with 27 excited trainees, underscoring the demand and excitement for this transformative education. In Chicago, we are at the cutting edge of the clean energy economy, and building out a strong local workforce is critical to Mayor Johnson's strategy. We are supporting clean energy investments in the areas that need them most through the Climate Infrastructure Fund. And so building a sustainable city and a sustainable future is going to take the full force of public, private partnerships, as well as strategic investments like the one that we're here today to celebrate. And to aid in this, we have our new Department of Environment. I believe Angela Tovar is here. She's our commissioner. Well, we have a representative here. She's our Commissioner of Environment, as well as our Chief Sustainability Officer. But this grant provided by the state to 548 is more than just financial support. It is an investment in our city's future, by empowering individuals with industry-recognized certifications and career placement opportunities. By that, we are fostering economic growth and ensuring that all benefits of the clean energy economy are accessible to everyone. And this initiative not only supports our city's environmental goals, but also promotes social equity and economic resilience in all of our neighborhoods. As Deputy Mayor, and most importantly, former resident of North Lawndale, I am proud to see such initiatives taking root and flourishing in our city, and we will continue to serve as a partner in advancing this work. Once again, I commend AJ and the 548 team for their unwavering dedication, and all the partners and stakeholders here today who have made this program a success. Together, we are building a brighter, cleaner, and more equitable future for our city. Let us continue to support and expand these initiatives, ensuring that Chicago remains at the forefront of innovation, inclusivity, and the clean energy sector. Thank you so much, and with that, I'm going to bring up Jay Raul of Hire 360. Jay.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Kenya, for that kind introduction and your work on environmental issues. Hello, I'm Jay Rowell, Executive Director of Hire 360, and it's great to be here with you all today. Congratulations to the Staines Family Foundation for putting this incredible center together. Thank you to AJ Patton and 548 for inviting us to participate today. And a huge thank you to Governor Pritzker for being such a strong advocate for the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, or CEJA, and for building a green future for Illinois. And thank you to the legislators who are here for their work to pass this truly transformational legislation. And a big thank you to all the efforts of organized labor to ensure that these jobs created by CEJA are solid middle-class jobs. And a big thank you to the entire team at DCEO, Director Richards, Julio, Lisa, and so many others for putting the CEJA program together. The incentives in CEJA will drive green economic development for years to come, meaning long-term sustainable jobs. Hire 360 is proud to be a key partner in this work. Hire 360 is a partnership of the largest developers, general contractors, and trade unions focused on diversifying the construction industry. And our program rests on 4 pillars: workforce development, youth engagement, creating diverse supply firms, and scaling up diverse contractors. Currently, we're scaling up over 190 diverse contractors with a whole host of unique supports from working capital loans, accounting support, and bid assistance. We've already helped over 10 firms become equity-eligible contractors under the CEJA legislation. And an example of how impactful this work is, we helped Simply E&C, a black-owned electrical firm from Austin, become an equity-eligible contractor, get a working capital loan thanks to JP Morgan Chase, and connected him with over $5 million worth of solar work already. We're in the process of connecting him to another $2 million right now. And now, with CEJA's Climate Works pre-apprenticeship program, we'll be able to prepare candidates and connect graduates to jobs with these growing diverse contractors. Working with trade unions, Hire 360 has already helped over 420 individuals in the Chicagoland area who are diverse and female get into every single trade union program in the area. And CEJA expands our model to all 102 counties and allows us to greatly scale up the number of workers we can prepare for clean energy careers. We're very proud to have been selected along with 548 to run the Climate Works pre-apprenticeship program and to upskill Illinoisans to obtain these great long-term union careers. And we look forward very much to deepening our partnership with the Governor's Office, DCO, contractors, and trade unions to connect individuals for these careers. And again, thank you, AJ, for your leadership and partnership, and thank you, Governor, for your vision and commitment. And I look forward to having you all back at our place in about 6 weeks for a ribbon cutting of our new training center. And I will now bring up AJ Patton, the man of the hour.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As mentioned, my name is AJ Patton. I'm the founder of the 548 Enterprise, which is a group of companies with the mission of investing and building sustainable communities. So at our core, we are a for-profit. I just want to put that out there. We invest in communities. We believe that sustainable communities and sustainable technologies should be accessible for all. But in the process of that, what I learned, what is equally as important, is who got those jobs. And so we started the 548 Foundation with the sole purpose of the same communities we invest in, we're going to train folks up so they participate in the ascension of their own community. And that's what the 548 Foundation is all about. And so today is a great opportunity to celebrate the growth of our program and so forth, but I just want to highlight the efforts of our entire platform. I know our CFO and CEO is here, but I'm just really grateful that our entire team is able to share in this success. I want to point out a couple of folks that have been really important to the growth of the program. I want to highlight two specific advocates, and then I want to have a little bit of a call to action. One, I want to thank our host, the Staines family, for having us. This is a wonderful facility. I want to acknowledge the RISE strategy team. I know Tara Cooper's here because there's a helicopter on the roof, so I know she's nearby. Then POD Strategies, I know Connor and Lisa, that team, as well as this was also helped by Show Strategies. I saw the chairman, Glenn Charles, is here. He's in the back hiding. He is the first African-American owned firm that will be the prime general contractor for the DNC this year. First ever. You'll find him in the nicest suit. That's where you'll figure out which one's Glenn. I want to underscore our relationship with local officials, so I'd like to acknowledge Rep. Tarver, Rep. Omar Williams, Senator Sims. I think Alderman Rodriguez might have snuck in here somewhere. Rep. Morris, my teammate, my former football teammate, Alderman Chico's here. And so tons of great friends here. I do want to highlight two very specific folks that have been very integral to our success. And one you heard from, which is Alderman Scott. When we started the program, I got a phone call from the alderman. She said, I heard what you're doing with your little nonprofit, which was she said. And she said, and I want it in my community. Do you mind if I call on your behalf to find you a space? And so, of course, I said yes. And she found us a Catholic school, which we've expanded and taken over. And we've now got a satellite office that we're opening in Alderman Chico's ward. And then from then, we get a phone call from others that say, hey, we're doing solar on we'd like to do solar on the Fillmore Center. And Alderman Scott said we should give you a call. And then beyond, she said, you should do that press conference there because I think it's beautiful that you'll be graduating folks in this neighborhood and that they'll get jobs in this neighborhood. And so I just want to highlight Alderman Scott in her consistent and just overwhelming support of 548. Thank you, Alderman. Last, there's another young man I want to acknowledge. He's here. He's been the victim, frankly, of some really tough street rumors. And I just want to acknowledge him and support him, and that is our governor, Pritzker. I've been hearing rumors about Pennsylvania Avenue. No, I want to just acknowledge the governor because him and I were connected almost 2 years ago to the date, thanks to allies with Christy George and others that set us up because he was going on an international trade mission and he wanted diverse businesses at the table representing not just diverse businesses, but the intersection of workforce. And as he was traveling around the world, he requested that 548 be at the table with ComEd, Ameren, Nicor Gas, Peoples Gas. And he said, you need to be here and you need to be in these conversations as we advocate around the world for the state of Illinois to be the leader in clean energy access, and labor development. That's who he is when no one was around. Being intentional and thoughtful about inclusivity in meetings that no one will hear about from years to come, but will impact all of us for years to come. And I want to thank the governor for his intentionality in including us in those conversations. Thank you, Governor. And I'm very sorry to hear those nasty rumors about you, too. I'm sorry about that. Lastly, this is just the beginning. Many of you represent tons of different institutions. I see many influential nonprofits, the utilities, labor leadership is here. And I would ask for, this is a call to action. Jay and I are just getting started on this path. We've graduated several students at this point, but we need all of your help in placing graduates. So if you know contractors, institutions, organizations around the region and the state that would be open to a conversation about partnership and building a bridge so that all of us can have access to these great middle-class jobs and building our communities together. So we ask for your help. Thank you so much for attending today, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you. And for a very brief moment, I believe we will take a couple of questions from the press.
I think we're doing a photo and then...
Photo? Even better. Let's take a photo and we can take some questions. Perfect.
Do you take any questions? Yes. Yeah, first of all, he was fully engaged. We had, I don't know, around 20 governors, half of them in the room, half of them on Zoom. We had a very good discussion between us. And again, the president did a great job of answering questions throughout that meeting. Listen, Joe Biden is our nominee. I am for Joe Biden. I've been campaigning for Joe Biden. I think you've seen I've got dates scheduled to go to Indiana, to Ohio for Joe Biden. So, you know, Joe Biden's going to be our nominee.
And it's disappointing that as also not just for Joe Biden, but for Jay Pritzker, introduce yourself to those folks who might not know you.
I suppose you could say that about any of the surrogates who are traveling around the Midwest or the country, that they're introducing themselves in some way or another. But importantly, what we're doing is talking about why it's important to re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and why it's important to defeat Donald Trump, who's trying to take away your freedoms, who's trying to send jobs overseas, and frankly, would be bad for the economy and bad for working families.
Governor Whitmer has said that she will not run even if Biden says he will not be the nominee, even if he drops out of the race. Can you say the same?
What I can tell you is I'm not engaging in any hypotheticals. You can see that I'm all in for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's going to be the nominee of the Democratic Party. I'm going to go out there and wholeheartedly campaign for him. I've endorsed him and Kamala Harris. He's going to be at the convention in August accepting the nomination, and I'll be cheering for him in the audience.
Do you think that he's physically and mentally capable of serving another 4 years?
Of course.
Are you disappointed in the
No, I was asked, about the meeting. It was a robust meeting, lots of conversation. There were questions of the president. He answered those questions. Some people came away with different impressions, maybe, but for the most part, and you saw that the head of the Democratic Governors Association and 2 other governors, went and did a press conference together representing all 20 of us, because again, some weren't able to be at the White House, and some of us had to go catch a plane. The truth is that it was I think, a robust discussion, and I just wanted to be accurate about how I reported what happened in that meeting.
Is all of this fair? These questions, this hoopla, this media concentration?
Oh, sure.
And frankly, among the party as well. Is it fair?
Sure, I think that President Biden, and I've said this, he needs to go out there and answer all the questions, and he needs to show people that he is the leader of the free world, and that he's doing a heck of a job of making sure that the United States is leading us. We have a lot of enemies in the world, and it is going to take a tough, strong, smart, and principled leader, and that's what Joe Biden is. Look, I think it's not unreasonable for people to have differing opinions about all this, but I know Mike Quigley. I know he does not want Donald Trump to become president of the United States. So you've seen a lot of comments by congresspeople, by others who have questions. In the end, everybody understands that we're pulling together to put our party and our party's nominee and our issues over the line. And importantly, the working families of America need our party and the issues that we're pushing in order for them to have better lives and better opportunity for their children.
Do you share?
No, I can't imagine that. Joe Biden said he's going to be the nominee. He's planning to be at the convention. He's planning to be the guy who accepts the delegate vote that's going to occur, and so I can't imagine what else could happen. Oh, trust me, the old Will Rogers line, I don't belong to an organized party, I'm a Democrat. I'm sure that we haven't seen anything like that in, I don't know, it seems like in my lifetime. Well, yeah, in my lifetime, thinking about the last broker convention in my life. The fact is that I think it would be different for for everybody that would be attending. But again, I don't expect that to happen. We're going to have an orderly convention. Again, there's going to be a roll call that occurs before the convention, and then at the convention you're going to see that, and all the speeches, of course, endorsing President Biden. Oh, I don't think it's helped the party. I think that obviously the president had a bad performance at a debate. That doesn't help anybody. He knows that, and what you have to do is stand up, say, I didn't do it well, which I think he said, and prove people wrong about what they want to say about him. And he's doing that. He's getting out there and talking, and I think he's having an impact, and I think you saw last night that the Black Caucus in the congressional delegation, right, in Congress, right, the Black Caucus in Congress stood up for Joe Biden yesterday. I don't think there was a single member of the Black Caucus who said anything except we 100% support Joe Biden. And that's just one example of the many, many people that do support Joe Biden. And many, by the way, who had questions. We're all going to come together and support him for president. What I would say is that we all have to work hard up and down the ballot. I actually am a believer, and I think you've seen this about the way that I've run for office. I believe that people who are down ballot actually lift people up who are on top of the ballot. And so the stronger they can do at the local level, getting people out to vote for people you know on your block, in your neighborhood, in your community, that those people, after they vote for the person that they know best, their community member for office, they're going to work their way up the ballot voting for Democrats. So that's going to help Joe Biden. But look, in the end, this is about the tremendous job that Joe Biden has done bringing jobs back to the United States. We've seen manufacturing come back to the United States. We've seen him fight hard to bring down prices, costs across the United States. I think there's no question we have the better argument. We've seen the chaos that Donald Trump has sowed. And we've seen that he wants to take away people's freedoms, particularly a woman's right to choose. That's not something people are going to accept. When they go into the ballot box, they're going to vote for the guy who's voting for them, who's doing the right thing for them, and that's Joe Biden.
Go back here to Tara,
Hi, Tara. Yeah, actually, it took a letter from the governor in order to kick that off. So I was asked by the city of Chicago to write the letter for them, and so we did. We sent that to the White House and to the federal government. As we saw with Highland Park, where there was a lot of support that came from the FBI, the ATF, and other federal agencies, that's what the city of Chicago should get. We also need a lot of interdiction on the many guns that are coming over the border into Illinois from states that have very lax gun laws. We need more enforcement from the federal government. We're doing it, by the way, state police, CPD, but more help from the federal government is necessary. And so, yeah, it was the right thing for him to do. Oh, that's not impossible. Let me just point out to you, we're actually in one of the best positions to be able to achieve that. Let's start with the fact that 53 to 54% of our power comes from a clean energy source already, and that's our nuclear reactors. Okay, so we have 54% of our energy coming from there. We also, in the time since Senator Steins was in the Senate and helped us start moving this clean energy bill, we went from 7.5% renewable energy in Illinois to 15% in just little over 2 years. And we now, I believe, are going to add another 5 to 10% just in the next year or two. So think about that, just 54 plus roughly 25 gets us pretty close, right? We're at 70%. There's still a lot of work to do, but that's just in the near term, in the next few years. So if we have till 2050, I'm not saying we'll slow down. I'm just saying I think we have a good shot at actually hitting 2050, and that was what that bill was all about.
One more.
Yes. I said you got to get out there and talk to the American public more. It was important. I think they took too long. I think he admitted this after the debate, for him to really go out and do press that would get national attention. I know they did some rallies along the way, but it's important for him to answer questions and talk about the issues. Hyper important. People are thinking about their own families, how they're going to deal with the kitchen table issues they've got in front of them, and their personal freedoms. And there's no candidate better on those issues than Joe Biden and, by the way, the Vice President, Kamala Harris.
Thanks, everybody. We got to get going.
Thank you, everyone.